when I decided to expand my channel into repair videos, which is something I've always been interested in doing. If somebody's throwing something away, I go, oh, that's a random piece of broken crap. Do you mind if I have it to try to fix it? I just didn't realise I could do it on video. But when I decided to start pointing the camera at that, I thought, I've no interest in play boxes and next stations. I don't care about your game casts. Not interested. Something I will never do. Because, I mean, this is a side kind of thing. I enjoy it, but I must admit my focus, my first passion, my primary passion, is in the non-repair stuff I do on this channel. The eating random chocolate or drinking disgusting things and so on. And I'm aware there's somebody that people have occasionally compared me to who is rather famous for doing that and does it incredibly well. He is a very, very talented bastard. But he also, I thought one of the differences there is he goes into the gaming thing, which I could not care less about. It's one of the fundamental differences. So yes, I'd said to myself, I am never going to do games console-y type stuff in any way, apart from like really retro, weird or obscure shit, but like your mainstay gaming stuff, I do not care. I have tried to care less, and I found I did not have the capacity to have less care about those things. So, Fixed or Phuxxed was never going to have that in it. Bollocks. Right, I've plugged it in. I had a quick look, actually. Somebody has either been inside or tried to be inside before. Where was the... Oh, there's an arrow there. Ah! Okay, there's an arrow there, and I do that and... Oh, something lifts off. That's a start. Okay, next. That's going to be a hard drive, isn't it? Yeah. What's it got 4 pins there? That looks like a little SATA hard drive. Does this... How does any of this come apart? I'm going to try to find out how this actually comes apart, and then I'll be back. Okay, I think I've got a better idea. I really don't. Actually, I've got a really good idea, and that is to open some Bundaberg ginger beer, Australian family owned. Haven't tried this before, kind of thinking it might help with this job. Certainly isn't going to hinder it. So, smells gingery. Taste gingery, that doesn't taste beery. This is a double win. Back to this, seeing if we can get even a single win. So, this side, hard drive cover off, and apparently it is useful pry tool. This is the only one I can find out of a toolkit full of these sorts of things. So hopefully I won't need another one. And I just have to, I'm doing this quite cautiously, but apparently I just sort of, yes, I just get it until I can pop a clip, and then maybe pop another one. Can I very carefully persuade it like that? Yes. Okay. That's off. Good. Right. It's not face off, but it is side off, and that's better than nothing off. This side is not as easy, but I have to try to find Tabby McClip clips. I'm gonna have my little clip rant again. My little clip rant, which is, why do you not build things with bloody screws? Doing it this way just leaves everything open to damage and danger and destruction and dead disassemble, and it's bloody difficult, and you probably need specialist tools, and even if you don't need specialist tools, you need such a level of care, and even with such a level of care you're probably going to cosmetically damage something that just screws. Okay, this has a bottom. You could screw its bottom. You could do that, or you could do this really bloody annoying thing of clips and more clips and awkward clips and broken plastic and shattered dreams and just general disillusionment, and it just annoys me. Right, is that the right size for that? Apparently this comes out at this point, and apparently also everything really hates static. So I'm just going to touch metal things and hope. And that just pulls and goes. Oh, it's USB. And goes, I wonder if you plug that into a normal computer USB, if it would blow something up. Probably. Oh, I said it's USB. No, I can see lots and lots of pins. Maybe it isn't USB. Maybe it would blow something up. Maybe I'll do that one day just for the hell of it. It will be my Diet Coca-Cola moment. But if this was pristine, at this point I'd probably be thinking, I'm not going to do this. It can stay broken. Hateful bloody thing. I don't know. Maybe I'm doing this the wrong way round. I don't know. See, I don't know because it's stupid bloody clips. Unnecessary clippage. Absolutely. Why? Why do this? Well, I know why I do this. It's because even if somebody with some tools who's going, oh, sod it, I'm going to just open it up, see if I can fix it. If I'm struggling with this, imagine what somebody with no getting into things experience whatsoever is going to do. They are just going to give up. And then they're going to go and ask some repair place how much to fix this thing that's just doing this. And the person they ask, who might know how to do this, which therefore isn't me, that person is going to say, well, because there are all these really annoying clips and this whole thing is a total arse, and that's concerning. Can you see that? That wasn't me. I have unscrewed nothing here, and that screw has just fallen out. I'm going to just put that to one side. I am definitely not the first person to have entered this box of X. I'm perturbed by that. Does this bit... Oh yes, that's where apparently I have to put a paperclip in there. Just because CD drives are made of paper. That's a little known fact. You think it's a fancy spinning laser, don't you? No, it's actually just a piece of paper. It's a piece of very clever paper that just makes a burrs noise. Well, maybe I don't do that, but yeah. Makes a burrs noise yet at the same time as the paper reads the disc. No, that may not be true. So, I'm going to start undoing everything, possibly. I think we're going to undo these ones. I'm just worried what I'm going to find. Are these marked C... Oh! Okay. C... So... we have C, C2. Where's C1? I'd feel more comfortable if I could find a C1. 2, 4, 3. What? You're numbering things like George Lucas does. 3. Yeah. 1. Right. I'm going with C, standing for case. I might have called it lid, but therefore B, I presume, is board. Okay. It's almost off. I don't know what's still... Is it this irritating piece of metal? There's a metal sort of shieldy thing that's just being really annoying. And now is out of the way. And I suppose it's going to have to go back on. That's going to really annoy me then, isn't it? CD tray. Which apparently I need to now wiggle the front. I'm very not happy about anything here. Ah, that's off. And that's unclipped. There was something to unclip there that I may have... It may have unclipped itself. But it's okay, it unclipped itself safely. And that's got... So... The other problem is I'm trying to move this all around without touching things that look like they're going to break if I touch them too much. Does this lift out? How does... What's that? That just seems to flap. Okay, that lifts out. I'm going to have to take this out, which... Oh look, it's not standard cables. You could have used a standard one. You use standard power, but not standard... No, why would you? Because if you did that, people would be able to go, oh, damn it, my optical drive's broken. Never mind, I can pick one up for 20 quid. Yeah, no. No, my optical drive's broken. Never mind, I can pick one up for 3 times the price of just buying one. Holy shit, look at that. Houston, we have multiple problems. I'm going to wave this around. I'm going to try to wave this around. Do you see what I see? Ah, look at that. I thought this was possibly going to be just the usual overheating solder blob reflow job. If it's sounding like I don't know what I'm talking about and don't know what to do now, that's because I don't and I don't. This isn't mine. This was going to be I take it apart, I pull that off, I put some flux around, I blow hot air and go, oh look, it turns on! Yeah, that's not the problem though, is it? The problem is, well, that's corrosion. But I suspect, you know what I was saying? Oh, I bet somebody that actually knows what they're doing has looked at this and gone, yeah, you've got no fucking chance. That's beyond any form of repair. I was joking, but I think that might be the truth. Because somebody has definitely been in here before, quite aggressively with the clips on the back. Somebody's definitely been in here before, and this is full of corrosion. This is not the droid I was expecting. It does make it a more interesting repair, but it also makes it a more unlikely repair. And that's the difference here. I'm not saying I can't fix this. I am thinking it. I'm just not saying it, because I'm certainly not saying I can fix this. Actually, it's quite an easy way of fixing this, isn't there? It's called go and buy another one. I'm suspecting that's the heatsink screws. It's not mine, and I still don't want to just break things that don't need to be broken. This stupid plastic thing come out then. Maybe it goes away. Don't know. Why don't you move? No, there's a screw there. Is that related to it in any way? Screw is there, by the way. If that does make a difference, which it does. Okay. So that thing that didn't want to move, by a screw there, is there one this end? Is that what's stopping this moving? Or is it just being a dick? This might just be... Well, I haven't taken a screw out of there, but there appears to be a hole for a screw that I haven't taken out. Nope, the screw goes through there. This one here, also goes through the plastic. So with that out, maybe I can lift this out. Yes. Okay. I suppose I'll just disconnect that at this end. Yep. That's that out. I'm really thinking this is fun. Is this going to be that time that I wish I had one of those parts cleaning ultrasonic baths that cost lots of money? Especially for one big enough to put a whole board in? Is this going to be the time that I wish I had a better miniature screwdriver set that hadn't just cheesed itself on these screws? I'm probably using the wrong size. I'm using the wrong size. Is this time I wish I hadn't said to my neighbour, of course I'll have a look at that for you, it'll be good YouTube content. Because so far this is not good YouTube content, this is just me going, oh shit, oh shittity shit, oh shit, shittily shit shit shit. And that's also me never getting monetised. Oh, I'm bored, I've done every screw. Probably glued. Looks like this front thing would have to come off as well. What does the front thing do? How is it attached? I'm quite worried. If I'm completely honest, I am very nervous about all of this. At this point, I can put it back together and it'll still be completely fucked, but I won't have made it worse. But there is no making this worse. It has had it. It is screwed. I don't think, I mean, it's... That amount of corrosion, how is that not going to have blown some very important component up? Simple answer, it's not. Something will have died with all of that, won't it? Something will have shorted out. Okay. Right. Place your bets. Is the corrosion the other side? Not as obviously. That's actually surprised me. But there are a bajillia, trillia, gazillia little components this side which are probably intermittently completely fucked. And again, I don't know what I'm doing to be able to try and find out what... There is some corrosion on... I believe that to be a capacitor. There's some corrosion on that. But apart from that, it's not actually that hellishly awful. Why would you design it this way unless you were a complete douche? I think I've just answered my own question. Yeah. Everything's looking kind of okay there, but I'm certain that just cleaning that off, unless some of the corrosion, unless I've been fortunate enough that some of the corrosion is just blocking or shorting something out, that is not going to make any difference. So what I'm going to do I bother putting it back in the box? Yeah, I'm going to loosely reassemble. Oh, there was corrosion on the other side. I haven't screwdrivered that, have I? And there wasn't much of it, so there was so little of it I can't actually see where it was now. I'm going to loosely reassemble this and stick power to it and just see where it's at. Well, having loosely reassembled it, the good news is I haven't made it any worse. The not so good news is I haven't made it any better. But that is not surprising news. If I were to say surprise me, it would be fucking hell, it's working. Not, oh what a shock, it's still not. Yeah, something's going to be unwell. The corrosion isn't entirely cleaned off and I can't go at it anymore with the ISO. I'd have to ultrasonic this and I don't have an ultrasonic. I have fizzy ginger beer. I could try to fizz it off, but I am not wasting this. This is quite yummy. So, I don't know where to go from here. I think it is possibly just flux and heat and hope. That's pretty much where I'm at. This is never going to work again. I really am not worrying about... Well, I'm worrying a bit. Because if this actually could be resurrected just by getting the right amount of heat and the right amount of flux in the right place at the right time, then obviously I would like to do that. But I have no idea. I have no idea what I'm doing. I have no idea which little thing over here it's going to be. Because I'm also choking on flux fumes. Yum, yum, yum. It's very smoky. Yeah, so everything was corroded. And when everything's corroded, I really don't know where to start. I did really hope that just cleaning might remove some sort of corrosion short or something, but I kind of figured it wouldn't. And I was right, it didn't. Have I got a power fault? Have I got a memory fault? Have I got a processor fault? Have I got a BIOS chip having a bit of a fit fault? I don't know. This whole thing is just a big ball of don't know. I'm very concerned that I will explode something here. If this was mine, I don't know actually, because I don't do consoles. If this was mine, I would probably just replace the board. But I quite like trying to fix things at this level, even though I don't know what I'm doing, and anybody watching this at the moment is going to go, dear God, stop doing that, you don't know what you're doing. And I'm going to point out again, it already doesn't work. There's very little I can be doing here that's going to make it work less than the not work it already does. Starting to see things, which is how eyes work. No clean flux, which is quite handy because I have no intention of cleaning it. That looks furry. That looks like I'm going to place flux around it and then do this. I am choking on these fumes. I'm trying to do it quietly, so it doesn't spoil the audio, but it's definitely fumey. I live somewhere with lots of spiders. I don't think there are now lots of spiders. Which is a good thing. I don't want to live somewhere there are lots of spiders. But unfortunately, the spiders have a different opinion on that. Okay. Well, I'm just blowing flux around now, which is all I've been doing anyway. I don't know if there could be something under one of these capacitors or a bad joint on a capacitor. Everything's furry, everything's fuzzy, everything is broken. What do I do now? Oh, I think when I can no longer see any fuzziness, because there was slight fuzziness there, I think when I no longer see fuzziness, as long as I can still see, because it's a little bit smoky, when I no longer see fuzziness, I am going to throw this back together again. This is absolutely not the way to do this. That much I am certain of. I don't know what the way to do it is. I don't know, well, I've got a vague idea. But of all the ways there is to do this, or there are to do this, this is pretty certain to not be among them. Sometimes I consider it a success when I haven't made a broken thing more broken. I'm currently considering this a success. So, what I am now thinking is maybe I will try poking around with the BP. Not with the BP though, but with voltages. Let's see. I don't know what I should be looking for. And whatever it is, I suspect I'm still not going to find it. But, so I've got nothing happening there. Nothing happening there. Nothing. I don't know where the standby is. I don't know. Power comes in here. Where does it go? It doesn't go to there, that's quite obvious. It doesn't go to there. Does it go to there? Not really, or not much of it. Does it go to there? Or there? Where does the power go? The good news is, I have not made it worse. I do, however, still have some ginger beer. Right, this is still an Xbox 360 with still a really screwed up liquid damaged motherboard. Yeah, it's not even my Xbox. So, say goodbye to the very damaged, completely foobar, and say hello to, because I thought I'd have to do a motherboard swap and a heatsink and stuff. No, it came like that. This is completely cheating. This is not a motherboard repair on an Xbox 360. This is just, I'm unplugging some of the stuff off one and plugging it onto the other, which does seem a tad of a cheat. However, as much of a tad of a cheat as it is, apparently the optical drive, voila, is tied to the motherboard. So, not literally, obviously. That would be kind of crazy talk. Even Microsoft, who I keep wanting to call Sony, wouldn't do... No, they probably would, wouldn't they? But anyway, apparently I've got to dismantle this and swap a board over. But first, I just want to see if this wants to work. Right, let's plug this in. See what happens. I think I previously showed you an element of the red. Let's see. This is the allegedly fully working board with nothing else plugged in. We've got green that has stayed green. And we've got green on the power supply. I don't know. I mean, it could still be completely fuxed in a different way that just doesn't alter the power button colour, but that is pretending to be healthy. So I've got one of those, which I presume came out of one of these. This is going to be fun in much the same way that giving yourself a vasectomy with a soup ladle would be. How do I have a sharp knifey thing? Yeah, like knifey thing, like a knife. Do I have a knifey thing that perhaps resembles a knife, which I can get this off with? This may require glue. If you're here to learn how to do this, bear in mind I'm learning this as I go along too. Put this in the hope that there's something left to glue back together afterwards. It's only a dust seal. I mean, I say only a dust seal, it's probably quite important. But it's not going to stop everything working if I kind of put a few holes in it. Other things will stop working. The knife in the first place, because I figure I can probably mostly peel this away instead of kind of crumbling it like I did. Not that you can see, because the camera's over there and I'm over here. And this was somewhere between the two. Off. Right, so if you are here figuring out how to do one of these, don't do what I initially did, because you knacker the foam. Perhaps do what I'm now doing, although it's quite tedious and fiddly. Right. Still, everything else has been tedious and fiddly, why wouldn't that be? Aha! Yes, that's something. That is something. Everything is something, apart from things that are nothing. but nothing is nothing. There would be if these were big screws and I only had a little screwdriver. Oh bloody hell, is there soldering? It was still wanting to sort of jam. I don't know how... I don't know which half of this holds this. And this is some sort of super magnet homing glue. Okay. Right. Ah! The bottom comes off, so yeah. Peel that off from the underside. And there is a board. And there is a board. And I'm aboard. And probably by now anybody watching this is also aboard. I may edit this one down considerably. So, that's one of the clippies. Ah, you still can't see. Why have I set this up? I was sure I set the camera so you could see. Okay. Here is one of the clippy things that pushes. Here is one of the clippy things that lifts. And this is a clippy thing that presumably pushes. Okay, so that one's a push. And gently release. Push, gently release. That one's been flipped and gently released. What holds it in? Little screws. Little screws for my little screwdriver. I would be screwed if these were little screws and I only had a big screwdriver. Possibly more screwed than I would be if these were big screws and I only had a little screwdriver. Oh bloody hell, is there soldering? There is soldering. I thought this would all just be little clippy things. I'd better turn the soldering line on. Which one's a soldering line? That might be the this would be a solder job. Well, there you go. It's not just swapping boards out in a very simplistic way. It's a bloody solder job. There is... How many little screws were there? I took one out from there, and then I think I went, oh bloody hell, there's that. There might have only been the one little screw that I've taken out. So there's a clip there. How am I going to do this? I don't know. I'll try to keep it in shot. Oh. So that clip, don't talk covering your mouth while you're thinking any sort of video. That clip is there. I can see that. Okay, so lift that one out, and then this all doesn't want to move. Okay. Lift off, you bugger. I'm sure that there's somebody out there who knows exactly how to do all of this that right now is crying and screaming at the screen, shouting, for God's sake, don't do it like that! But I can't hear you. I'm slightly concerned they're a different colour, but they look like they've got pretty much the same layout. What I might do is I might swap the wires now. If I swap the wires now, then I can worry about that in a minute, because I fear it may break on the way out. I'm trying to find my soldering flux. Just a little bit of flux across there. It's a no clean flux, which is good, because I'm crap at cleaning flux. Not that hot at cleaning soldering line tips either. Okay. White wire is off. I'm going to do these in order so that I don't have to remember anything about anything. Even words. What are words? I don't know. So that's the white wire. I'll do the green. Flip off. No, that wasn't me swearing. That was me just saying flip off. Right. No, you flip off. No, you flip off. No, no, after you. You flip off. No, you flip off first. Who are you telling to flip off? Who are you to ask? I may be talking complete bollocks because I'm thinking of trying to find tweezers. Which I then did. Then I'm thinking of trying to tweezer this over to where I want it, which I then didn't. Okay, let's try doing it like that. And yellow. I don't mind if I break these wires because they look easy enough to, because they just go over here, don't they? It's just motor and switch. Oh. It's just whatever that is. I don't know why everything else is on little clippy ribbons and this goes, no, I'm going to be on solder just to piss you off. Although, to piss you off and please you, I am highly ambivalent about this because at least this is more of a sort of soldery, hands-on repair than just swapping shit around. So that makes me kind of pleased, at the same time as being kind of irked. Right, because I know where that one goes, let me just see if I can get this bloody board off now. What's still holding it? What holds you on? You awkward, awkward thing. You were just being bloody awkward. That's what holds you on, is bloody awkwardness. Okay. Well, you can stop with the being bloody awkward thing now. Remember to put that wire on. I only had half an hour on the memory card. This was supposed to be about 5 minutes of stuff. And I was going to go away, put all the plastics back on, and come back to make sure everything worked. And this has been more fiddly than expected. Especially because the tweezers are now not wanting to tweeze. Really, all I've got to do now is start putting it all back together. And after that, I've got to finish putting it all back together. It's made this way. Anyway, I am going to go back to just putting this all back together, which is going to be quite tedious for me and would be beyond boring, I imagine, for you. So next time you see this, there will be more completeness, hopefully. And so there it is, all back together. Apart from that one loose screw from when I was taking it apart, because I'm not sure it had something to screw into. It was a bit of a Schrodinger, and I thought, it's probably not going to be good if this turns into a cat. It's going to be cruel for the cat. It's probably also going to be detrimental for the Xbox. So I left that one far, far away. I have, however, tempted fate by plugging everything into it, because at this point, there's nothing more I can do to get this working. If I've tempted fate and fate goes, nope, you tempted me into making this completely not work ever again, that's really where it ends, isn't it? So everything is plugged in, including screen and power and controller. I'm kind of miffed that I couldn't do a board level repair on this, but given it was marginally more expensive to get a working board, and I don't have the skill to go through diagnosing all of that corrosion damage on the original board, this was kind of, it's this or this just forever languishes, which it may still do. I don't know. So I've got to power it up. I'm pushing the button. It's green. Now, it used to go green then red. It's green then still green. And still green. And it's got a green glow around the outside. I don't know if I can show you that. And I have something on the screen, which I can't show you. But if my capture device is working, it probably isn't. Hint and tip, don't get the EasyCap 295. If it's working, maybe I can show you. And if I can't, then my hands are just doing this for no good reason. Right. Ooh. Okay. Controller is working. I think I've got to put my Wi-Fi in. I'll be right back. So, put my Wi-Fi in. And which is all good because it shows that that's working, and I've got a picture on the screen which shows that this is doing something. I mean, that was kind of a given, but yeah. So, okay. Oh, live. What update? If you do not do this update, the Easter Bunny will come and remove your kidneys. If you don't agree to your kidneys be removed, the Tooth Fairy is going to come and take your eyes out. Microsoft's end user agreements are getting more harsh by the day. But does it work with a disc? That's the one last thing to check. Making lots of weary noises. I've got no image. I have got... Go on, yes! I have got the game that I have put in. It is reading the disc. It is on. It is putting out a picture. It's probably putting out sound. I've got everything over there muted. I don't care. You know what? It is no longer an Xbox. It's an actual fully working one.